What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix, and I have some interesting news here because it looks like Naruto is going to have a crossover with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, you know what? Out of a lot of franchises, out of many franchises in America, from Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one of those that have not been completely ruined. I mean, there was like the CG Turtles movie where like they made April kind of, they made April kind of DEI. Let's just say DEI. The live action Ninja Turtles movie was good. I mean, I liked it. A lot of people didn't. I like the Ninja Turtles. I mean, they haven't been like my favorite show, but I've always liked the Ninja Turtles. The video games, the cartoons, and the live action movie. I thought it was great. So this seems like a legitimate crossover, right? Ninja Turtles, Naruto ninjas in the ninja world of Naruto. Perfect. But what does this mean? Because I mean, we've seen other crossovers like Spider-Man in Attack on Titans. We've seen, what was it? There were other like intellectual properties doing crossovers with Japanese manga. And again, this is not gonna be an anime. This is just a comic book. I want you to keep that in mind. And this is coming from Discussing Films. It said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will release in October. So the comic book is coming in October.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
Right? And I actually like this artwork here. I mean, take a look at Naruto with, Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, right? And the more I look into this, I started thinking, who's the publisher of the Ninja Turtles, right? And it's actually IDW, right? It's IDW Publishing. And what do we know about IDW comic books? IDW publishes the Ninja Turtles. IDW publishes the Sonic comic books, which I really liked back in the 90s and the early 2000s. The Sonic comic books were the best, right? So IDW is the publisher. Now, what's going on with IDW? Last time I checked, they were going bankrupt. And I was looking the internet, just for a refresher, and I found some discussion saying, IDW may only have a little over a year left. And it's a company, this is not like $100 million company. This company makes like $10 million a year from comic books. So it's really not a lot. Like seriously. They don't make a whole lot of money. Right? So if we go to ICV2, where the comic book statistics are, it says IDW Publishing loses $335,000 on fiscal year. So as you can see, basically six figures. This is not a lot of money. But for a company that doesn't make a lot of money, they're still losing. Right? They are still losing. So what does that tell you? The reason why they're joining Naruto is because they're trying to follow the anime and manga trend to make some profit. And thus we have here, the Naruto Ninja Turtles crossover. And it even says so right here. It's going to be in IDW comic books. Is this a good thing? Look, I am open to new ideas, right? I am actually open to brand new ideas. This seems pretty cool. Crossovers are cool. I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is one of the biggest crossovers in entertainment ever in video games. Disney and Final Fantasy. Come on, you can't complain. It was a pretty cool, crossover. Ninja Turtles and Naruto, great crossover. But what is the root problem here? What is the root problem with, just doing these crossovers and not doing anything that's actually going to keep the company from going fully bankrupt? I'll tell you. The problem is that companies like IDW and many American companies, the movie industry, is that they're just going with what's popular. They're not innovating. They're not coming up with brand new stories. They're not coming up with brand new characters. They're not coming up with new intellectual properties that the people, that the fans will like. Because there is, especially now, this is the perfect time to innovate and come up with new stories. And this is why anime is winning. If IDW would just hire a comic book artist and say, hey, look, we're on our last leg. We don't have a lot of money, but we're willing to pay you to create a unique story for young man, young woman, something interesting that they would like. I want you to think of something, and hey, even use anime as an inspiration. You don't have to copy exactly what anime is doing, but have your own art style, a pretty decent art style that will attract people, and come up with something. Original idea. If IDW would just do that, if Marvel would just do that, if DC would just do that, if Boom would just do that, if Dark Horse would just do that, they wouldn't be having this freaking problem. If they would take the focus out of superheroes so much, if they would learn from Japanese comic books and have multiple genres, romance comedy, shonen, action, mystery, all this stuff, epic fantasy, they would just, dare I say, somewhat copy the formula of manga. You don't have to use speed lines, but dang. Creativity is like under the ground. It's drowning in the West with these companies, and they can't think of anything original, much like the Marvel and DC. So they're just like, hey, why don't we take something that's popular here and popular with anime, and let's put it together. And hey, that's a pretty cool idea. And again, crossovers are cool, but this is not gonna solve the problem. Naruto's not gonna save IDW, or is it going to get a lot of sales? I say it can get a lot of sales, maybe 100,000, maybe 200, 300,000 copies. But it's not going to solve the root issue, which is, there's just a lack of creativity, a lack of innovation, and a lack of genres, really. In the West, there's a lack of genres. There's so much focus on superheroes. There was a webtoon that sold over 1 million copies. It was called, I forgot what it was. It was a romance webtoon. If they would just, give that a try. Try romance comic books. See how it goes. But no. They have to go to anime. And this is not going to save them. It's a pretty cool idea. I don't think it's going to get anywhere, because if people do buy this comic book, guess what? They're going to be there for Naruto. They're not going to be there for the Turtles. And some people are going to be there for the Ninja Turtles, and they're not going to be there for Naruto. And honestly speaking, I don't believe that this is going to inspire people to go and buy other Ninja Turtles comic books, because of the nature of the comic book industry in the West. And however, the way that manga is designed, manga forces you to read the very first book, and then you read the very first book, and it motivates you to get book 2, book 3, book 4. That's not the case with comic books, because comic book is just so scattered, and this is the problem. And then there's the whole multiverse bullcrap, with comic books, especially Marvel and DC. This freaking multiverse and such. They destroyed the whole, the whole love for, Marvel and DC. They destroy. I believe that multiverses destroy Marvel and DC. But hey, and then the memes here are absolutely hilarious. But yeah, guys, this is not gonna save American comic books. Let's say if you have the Justice League doing a crossover with, I don't know, freaking Naruto or whatever other manga, One Punch Man, it's not gonna do any better. It's not. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna save them. It's not gonna save them because just that. Things like the Ninja Turtle, it has its own vibe. It has its own way of being that does not blend well with you know, the Japanese style of storytelling and the Japanese style of like comedy and it's for the long term. This is only gonna make Naruto more popular, not the Ninja Turtles. That's it's a messed up thing to say, but that's just kind of how I see it. Whatever your thoughts are, comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. It's your boy Matrix, guys. Godspeed, baby.